Yo, people, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football, and I'm back again with another video. Big up to the community. Hope everyone's doing well. How are you guys doing on this wonderful Thursday evening? Today's gonna be a call-in show, and not everyone's gonna make it on the show, of course, to talk. But we're gonna talk about a bunch of things also, such as transfers, such as the Chelsea game. Talk about a little bit of update on Gabriel Magalhaes' injury. There's so many things to talk about. But as you guys pop in, I'm definitely gonna get you guys involved. Definitely gonna talk about it. Everyone always keep talking about bottling the league, this is that. Everyone always getting onto Arsenal, bantering Arsenal. But the reality is, why is nobody bantering Chelsea at this point? Chelsea are 12th in the table, and they're not getting the same level of banter. I find it crazy to me. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Make sure you guys do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I see you guys in the chat right now. Big up Melina in the chat. Big up to everyone in the chat. If you guys in the chat, let me know where you're watching from right now. Let me know if you're watching this on the playback or you're watching live. Let me know where in the world you are at and where you're watching from. And let me know who you support, because there's some people who don't support Arsenal who watch the content. And I appreciate you guys also. Melina, I see you in the chat. If you want to call in, Melina. Let's get everyone involved today. Let's get everyone involved. Before we take any calls, though, we got to do some stuff. We got to talk about some things before we get anything else any further. We need to talk about some things. First things first, how is everyone doing today? Second of all, what do you guys think about Arsenal season? Because a lot of people are talking about it as if it's an utter failure. I think Arsenal's season, even if we don't win the league, we still haven't had a good season. Not everything needs to be black and white, failure, success, win the league, don't win the league, this, that. No, it doesn't have to be like that. Why is everything so polarized in today's world? I find it insane. Right? I find it insane that everything is so polarized in today's world. Everything is so black and white. Everything is so angry. But yeah, we got to get straight into the transfer news before we go any further. Of course, we beat Chelsea 3-1, so a lot of people are going to talk about that. The first thing we're going to get into is Gabriel Magalhaes' injury. Let's find out what we can find out about Magalhaes' injury, right? Now, how do you pronounce his last name? Because I always struggle to pronounce his last name. Is it Magalhaes or is it Magalhaes? Let's see. Is it Gabriel?
Gabriel Magalhaes.
Gabriel Magalhaes. That's how they say it. But honestly, I'm gonna butcher it. I'm gonna probably butcher it myself. But yeah, here is what the update is on Gabriel Magalhaes' thing. Big up Mateos. Big up to all the people in the chat. So here's the first little thing that we're gonna go. We are still here. Big up my guy John in the building. John is in the building. Arsenal spotted Gabriel Magalhaes smiling. Journalist Charles Watts. Magalhaes smiling despite injury concerns. He came off the pitch afterwards and kind of was smiling, talking to people. That is one. That is another. That is me. 1 second. Let me just make sure I get the update for you guys before we go any further, because I thought that was the right one, but that wasn't the right one. Where is it? That was yesterday. That was another one there. Another one here. Okay. So yeah, no, they're not giving me enough information. So let me just find it somewhere else. So yeah, the reports are coming out that Gabriel Magalhaes might be available versus Newcastle, but also concerns that he might not be available versus Newcastle. I personally think this is just Mikel Arteta's mind games. We know the game against Chelsea is going to be a difficult game, so we need Magalhaes ahead of that game. But Arteta hopes that Gabriel will be available and fit for that game. If I can show you guys right there, this is the line right here. So Arteta hopes that he will get Gabriel fit and fully back for that game ahead of the big game this upcoming week. Big up Kieran Hall in the house. The way you pronounce his last name is every letter being silent. Okay. Big up. We got Stefan here. Iga, how are you doing? Where's the link? I'm gonna throw the link in the chat right now, so people can call in. Big up Arsenal Informer. Yeah, man, I use your content all the time to get the people to see the content, man. Big up Arsenal. Big up to Arsenal Inferno in the building, my guy. Big up Arsenal Inferno, keeping people updated on everything Arsenal. And if you guys don't know, get to goddamn know, because he's absolutely everywhere. And anytime you see me liking videos, or anytime you see me doing a video, usually his Twitter account is in the mix on some of the accounts that I'm talking about. Like, for example, let me show you right here. You got this update right here that we have on Romeo Lavia, and it's from, of course, the account himself, Arsenal Informer. as you guys can see right there. So Romeo Lavia to Arsenal transfer rumor from Fabrizio Romano. Lavia to Arsenal in the summer. He's on the short list. Romano confirms that Arsenal are keen and eyeing the player following Romeo Lavia's amazing season currently at Southampton. Then you go to Man City. Man City have a 40 million buyback clause. So if anything happens, they see the value go higher, they might just trigger that buyback clause and then try to sell him on him themselves or keep him. You never know. Kevin De Bruyne on Lavia. He said he's very good. He's been training with us since the end of last season. Currently, his development top player. This was what Kevin De Bruyne had to say on Lavia. Personally, for me, I would like Caicedo first. If we can get Caicedo first, I'll take Caicedo. But Romeo Lavia is a quality player, and there's no one denying how good he is and how good he would be for Arsenal. I would take him in a heartbeat. Let me know if you guys would take him at Arsenal in the chat. Let me know if you guys would take him at Arsenal in the chat. Now, just before we go on, we got another topic here to talk about. There's a couple topics to discuss. So yeah, Arsenal's women's have been harshly affected by ACL injuries. You can see right there, 4 of Arsenal's key women starters are out with Miedemar, Beth, you got Williamson, you got Laura, and you have Vicky all out injured. It's very, very sad. Now, this here is from Football Insider. Reports coming out that Declan Rice to Arsenal is close, ladies and gentlemen. Declan Rice to Arsenal is very close, and the reports are for £100 million. Now, I see Stefan and Zaid backstage. I'm going to add you guys once I'm done with what I'm doing, so just bear with me. But definitely, it's a thing where we're going to have to talk about this, because the reports are coming out that £100 million for Declan Rice. And just to let you guys know what the reports are saying, sources close to Football Insider are saying that they're more and more confident that Arsenal will secure the deal for Declan Rice. And if we are to see Declan Rice join Arsenal, it is more and more likely that he will be joining Arsenal next season. No to Lavia. I want world-class players. Bring Lavia. Some people saying Lavia no. Some people saying Lavia yes. Let's talk about Declan Rice for a second. Are you guys saying yes to Declan Rice? Because I think everyone is saying yes to Declan Rice. Am I mistaken? Is there people out there who actually don't want Declan Rice in the Arsenal fan base? Let me know. And is £100 million too much money for Declan Rice? Or is that just about right? Because let's be honest, this is the West Ham captain. This is a midfielder who starts for England every single game pretty much, improves our midfield in several different areas. I think Declan Rice to Arsenal is going to happen. I believe Declan Rice to Arsenal is a thing where at this moment in time, if we feel like the favorites to get Declan Rice, and if it doesn't happen, I'll be surprised. I'll be more surprised if Declan Rice to Arsenal doesn't happen than if it does. That's just me at this moment in time. But let me know what you guys think, because Football Insider, they're quite reliable. They don't usually go this strong on transfers unless there's some legs to it. And I do believe that Declan Rice to Arsenal will be something that Arsenal tries to get done early in the transfer window. And we have heard about rumors of Arsenal trying to sign players before for large amounts, and we never got it done, like Mykhailo Mudryk. But I think Declan Rice is a little bit different. I think Rice is a situation where we could see us getting Rice quite easily, in my opinion, at this moment in time. And that's just how it looks from the outside. I don't think Declan Rice to Arsenal has ever been such a thing where it was like Arsenal are not going to move away from it first. Sorry, let me just make myself clear. Let me get it up on the screen. So this is a little bit more of a breakdown. So Arsenal are confident in securing the signing of Declan Rice in the summer and climbing very strong position with the deal. Sources in Football Insider expect him to leave West Ham for a fee of around 100 million in there. There we go. So that's the 100 million right there that everyone's talking about with Declan Rice. Now, moving on from Declan Rice quickly to another topic, there is reports about a certain Pedro Neto. Now, you guys remember we were linked to Pedro Neto in the summer before everything was done. What happened? You might ask. Well, we didn't end up getting him, and he ended up getting injured, and he's been having a poor season. But reports are Arsenal are still monitoring Pedro Neto. People saying yes to Declan Rice. People saying yes to Declan Rice. Bolsters our midfield. Yes to Rice. People are saying, another person saying, please not Neto. Please not Neto. Wow. So Arsenal are monitoring long-term Premier League target Pedro Neto as Arteta considers a surprise move. He'll probably cost around 50 million. Now Pedro Neto's also been hasn't played much game time this season. He's still a quality player and he's very young. So anyone who is questioning Pedro Neto in the long term, I think he's a signing that we can make, and he would not only bolster us now, but he could even get better. And that's it. There's a lot of room for growth in Pedro Neto's game. So I'm not surprised that we're heavily linked to him again, but it is just links, and you got to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. You can't go too involved in that one right there, right? Now, just before we add, we got a couple more things to talk about because there's so much happening. We're gonna wait and talk about Jakub Kiwior later. Reiss Nelson. Now, update on Reiss Nelson. Reiss Nelson has a contract situation where he rejected Arsenal's first contract for for the player to stay at Arsenal. Fabrizio Romano 4 hours ago giving us a little bit of an update. We've already known this, that he rejected the update. I don't know why they take so long to give us the same news that we knew about a couple of days ago, but maybe it's because we support the club and we've been following it a little bit closer. But Reiss Nelson has rejected his first contract proposal with Arsenal, and it might be that he gets another contract proposal very soon, or he could leave Arsenal on a free completely. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with that one over there. I'm not too worried about him right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we moved him on and we found another player, or he left and we ended up getting another person in. That's just me though. And then most this guy right here, we've been linked to him a year ago. A year ago we were linked to this guy. A year ago we were linked to Moussa Diaby. Moussa Diaby has emerged as a target for Arsenal and is believed to be a serious interest of Mikel Arteta's. Now, I like Moussa Diaby. I like Moussa Diaby. Big up my guy, NDL in the chat. Big up to NDL, Nico Defense League in the chat. If you guys know what I'm talking about. Big up, big up Arsenal Informer in the thing too. There is a lineup, so there's 3 of you guys. I'm gonna add you guys in immediately after I'm done this, but I'm almost done with my updates. So Moussa Diaby's update right there, guys. As you guys can see, I think Moussa Diaby is a quality player, and we've been linked to him so many times, but he's gonna cost a lot of money. So we're gonna just have to see if Arsenal do fork up the money that it will take to get him in, right? I'm gonna save some of the other topics for later. Because I feel like we can talk about those later. There is a Celta Vigo player that we need to talk about, but the Celta Vigo guy. I forget where I seen the article, so I'm gonna bring that up later in the chat. Maybe we can talk about that with Arsenal Informer. But first, let's get to the Chelsea game. Let's talk about the Chelsea game. And in order to talk about the Chelsea game, there is a Chelsea fan in the chat waiting. So we're gonna bring him in a second. But for Moussa Diaby, I don't think it happens. It seems right now to be a very expensive transfer. So no to Diaby for me at this moment in time. But I rate the player highly. Celtic, Gabriel. How do you pronounce his name? Gabriel. Gabri Veiga. Gabri Veiga. We're going to talk about that in a second. But before we go any further, let's just get the Chelsea Arsenal segment out of the way. We got a Chelsea fan in the house, Chelsea fan in the building. Bro, how you feeling? Your team lost. Your team held that L. And you know what? It was a situation where you knew your team was going to hold that L. You still came on. Now you're going to hold that smoke. But you know what? You're a brave guy for coming on. Let me know, who do you think was the big winners and losers of that game against Chelsea? And from your perspective, was it really that bad this season, or is it just you've written it off already and you don't really care?
Oh no, the season was over 100%. The season's over a long time ago ago. Lampard just came in to try to do a job because someone had to do it. Potter was too toxic, like everyone's saying, because we weren't.
Everyone in the chat spam Chelsea.
Oh my, bro, you have to be fair, man. I'm the only one here.
Nah. It's more for them. Let them enjoy themselves. Let them have their fun, man. Come on.
Yeah,
they don't
have
get
your
to have
fun,
this
man.
fun that often.
Yeah, first time in the title race in a long time. I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Potter was too toxic, man. Even the performances weren't crazy bad. It was just too toxic, so he had to go. And then someone had to come in and do the job. And Lampard's the man, but he's terrible, man. He's very, very bad, like shockingly bad. He even got worse than when he first came in 2019, because he actually done a decent job in 2019, but he just got worse and worse and worse. In terms of performances, shocking again. Lampard's getting it wrong. He's misusing players. The way he's using Kante, I think, is shocking. Sterling, the poor performances. Even Aubameyang, like, you're giving him an opportunity to come on and start the game, and he does nothing wrong in the first half. Right, he doesn't do crazy anything right in the first half, but he doesn't do anything bad that worthy of taking him off, and then you just shoot him off at half time. It's poor mismanagement of the team. Mudryk, every time in last recent games since Lampard's come in, Mudryk has looked well. He hasn't looked crazy. Oh my god, but he's done well. He's improved. He's actually looked like he's getting better. Looked more confident. I know all of social media want to shit on him, which is normal, but he has been looking good. But he keeps getting benched. So Lampard, yet again, another player he's mismanaging. The defense, I think, was just stupid, sloppy goals. As much as we're what will be 12th, 13th, we've got like the third best defensive record in the league. So our defense is not crazy bad. But those goals we conceded were terrible. Even the first one, like Kovacic, check your shoulders, man. Do something. Just let Odegaard run through the middle, and then even people will go on for Kepa. Maybe should be saving it. Got a hand to it, but it probably should be saving it. But yeah, overall, man, the season's over. I just want the season to go. I want Lampard to get out of here. I want certain players to get out of here. I want Poch to come in. I want him to sign the players he wants. I want him to get rid of the players he wants. I don't want the board to be making any of the decisions for him. And just the
Very
season is
sensible.
written off. And then in terms of Arsenal, I don't think you guys were that great. Honestly, I think individually you had some. Odegaard was good. Trossard was
One
okay.
second. Let me
Jesus
just
was good.
stop you there for a second. Pick up everyone in the chat. Just to let you guys know, the Gabriel Magalhaes injury, I don't think it's that serious. I think it's a situation where it's just mind games ahead of the Newcastle game. But yeah, just wrap it up, my guy. Tell me what you think about the Arsenal game quickly. I
Yeah.
mean, Arsenal side.
On the Arsenal side, I think Saka was quiet again. I thought Gabriel was taking the piss. The amount of times he fell on the floor is pissing me off. But Trossard was okay. Jesus was done very well. To be fair to him, he held up the ball very well. He's a strong guy for someone. He's not built like 6'5" or something. He's quite a strong guy. He held up the ball quite well, and he done well for you. But I still think, in terms of performances for Arsenal, in terms of having to catch up to City, I don't think your performance was that great. So you're gonna have to step it up a little bit to catch up to City, because we saw
You know
yesterday
what?
they
We
weren't
did
even
we
that
did
great.
tail off in the second part of the
Yeah,
performance. Big up Zaid for coming on. Really do
big up,
appreciate
big up,
it.
yeah,
Is it
big up.
Zaid or is it Hakim Ziyech's Habibi?
You could be that, but Ziad, not Zaid, Ziad.
Ziyad.
Yeah,
Big up Ziyad.
yeah, but
Big
big
up
up,
Ziyad.
guys. Make sure you subscribe and like, everyone. Big up.
Love, bro. People, make sure you do hit that like button. Arsenal Informer is going to come on next. Before we do that, how are you? I'm doing good. Just reading some of these comments here also on TikTok. We got my guy here saying, are you what? I don't even know what that is. Big up the people from Kenya. Gabriel missed a game versus Newcastle. I don't think he's going to miss the game versus Newcastle. What's good? I'm good. Do I read comments? Yes, I do. Arsenal bottle jobs. Yes, we bottled the league, but it is what it is. We keep it moving. Predictions are out tonight. I think Man United lose to Brighton. What else do we have? Salam alaikum, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Arsenal Informer, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Talk to me. How you feeling, man? Hello, you're on mute. Hello? Arsenal Informer, you there? You're on mute. Unmute yourself. Gosh, come on. Unmute yourself. Okay, he can't unmute himself. Arsenal Informer, just unmute yourself and jump back in if you can. I think you're going to need to leave the stage and jump back in. We had another gentleman here. We had another person who was in the chat, but they had to leave. I don't know what happened. I think his name was Stefan. Stefan, if you want to jump back in, please do jump back in. We got another Chelsea fan here. Chelsea OG. We got Nas, aka CFC OG, in the building. How you doing, man? Gabriel, I think it's a hamstring injury. At this moment in time, there's not enough information on the injury to be going overboard with our explanations or trying to give you guys too many updates. All I can say is, from what the players have spoken about and what the media have spoken about, there's not enough information yet to denounce if he's going to be available or if he's not going to be available. Just let's say he's doubtful for the next game. But yo, how you feeling, my guy?
Yeah, I mean, as good as I can with our team's going. Alhamdulillah, life outside isn't as bad, but It is what it is, man. I'm actually going to the next Chelsea game. I'm hoping I'll be the guy to see the win. Big up for Tour, man. Big up Ziad as well before
I'm
me,
live
man.
for 1 hour for tour. Big up, Malin. Malin, if you want to jump on, my sister, let me know. Big up to Yassi,
Jump on,
Liverpool
man.
fan. Big up Liverpool. They've won 5 games in a row. Hope you're doing well. You must be happy. Arsenal
Undercover.
Informer, I see that you've turned your mic on. After I'm done with CFC OG, I'll bring you in. But yo,
Yeah.
OG, talk to me, man. By the way, guys, I'm gonna be on OG's channel at 7 o'clock. So please
It's
do check
actually
us out.
it's actually my brethren's channel. We do a show there every week. It's like episode 9 or whatever. But Anfield Rods, yeah, Uncle Rods, yeah, man. Tune in later on at 7 p.m. And yeah, we'll talk out more there. But I'm gonna land this pretty quickly, man. I'm gonna land the so-called minerals. Like, this isn't the Chelsea I know. As you said, we've had mistakes after mistakes from the beginning. The only thing you could say done right was sacking Potter, but I was almost that what he done there was outweighed by Lampard coming in, a relegation. I mean, honestly, when I saw Big Sam go Leeds today or yesterday, I was like, I wouldn't have mind having Big Sam, if people say Lampard for vibes, Big Sam would have brought the vibes, you know what I'm saying? But for real, man, we're not going to get relegated to everyone that wants to troll me for that. I know a lot of people keep sending me on Twitter and tagging me in these pictures. Like, bro, we're not getting relegated. Like, that's not the issue. But the fact that it's come to that joke, it really does hurt, man. You guys should have scored more, man. You should have scored 7 or something, man, because you're going to need that goal difference if it comes down to it. If it comes down to goal difference, it's going to be like, shit, we can't batter Chelsea, we can't batter this team.
You know what? It is what it is. At the end of the day, I generally think it's a situation where Chelsea Football Club are a mess. They write off the season. They focus on next season. Figure out which players are good. Figure out which players are bad, and just get rid of the ones that you don't need. But this whole thing where you guys just stay angry at your team for no reason is stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to the Nottingham Forest game, man. A lot of people tell me give my ticket up. So the tickets are mad cheap, bro. 50 quid for tickets, man. It's ridiculous. So yeah,
Nobody wants them.
I've never heard of this. I was like, I haven't seen it since the 90s. Like,
it's when you're losing. Nobody wants to go to games.
Yeah. Some of them are boycotting us or whatever. But I know I took it up. I'm going to this week's game. I actually got a good seat as well by a dugout. So hopefully we get that draw, the win. Forest, Forest are fighting relegation for real. I think they were 18th. Yeah, the 18th.
If you guys drop points to them and then Brighton win and you're in like 13th, it'll just be even funnier.
Okay, now that Brighton thing just makes the whole paradox worse.
Listen, I'll say this. Sam Allardyce said he's better than Pep. He's better than Klopp. He's better than all of them. I think Sam Allardyce is disrespected because people use him as a butt of a joke. But if he went to Chelsea, you would have definitely got more than the points that Lampard got you. That's a fact.
100%. Like, I'm not even joking. When I saw that news, I was like, I wish we got him. Like, I know that they don't want to be doing all this in the back room, but they made so many mistakes. It can't get any worse. They should have just sacked Lampard, brought in Sam Allardyce for the next couple of games. But
what did Todd Boehly do today? What did Todd Boehly do today?
What did he do? I haven't been on Twitter the whole day. What has he done? I literally just landed in London,
What did Todd Boehly do this time? This is gonna be good. Todd Boehly has to be the most American like owner. He just thinks you back the boys and be deluded in interviews as the owner. You can't do that.
Let's get to it. So, what did he say?
So, what did he say? We very much believe that we're going to figure it out. I promise Chelsea fans the club will get right and fix their problems.
I'm seeing it now. Shall I read some of it?
Yeah, read it.
All right. Well, he's saying there's a lot of what we've learned about different markets, the global aspect of it all. The fans are demanding; they want to win. We want to get that. We want to win, but our view, though, that this was a long-term project, and we're committed to a long-term project. We very much believe we're going to figure it out. There it is. Why is he bringing in the global fan base and different markets? That just makes me very suspicious of him. Like, what is his best interest?
I love it. Chelsea's in the mud. Chelsea's in the mud. Nah. Let's get it. Wallahi, it's amazing. Wallahi, it's actually amazing. This man has saved Chelsea Football Club from the winning club that it is to being the club that it is now. It's hilarious. And I genuinely think Todd Boehly is going to run you guys down to the ground, to the point where you struggle to win trophies for years. I really do believe it.
You know what? I believe if we don't do well next season, then yeah, it's done. But if football changes like that sometimes. If it don't happen
you see your fans were crying?
Season, our fans what?
They were crying.
Bro, I see our global fans stop supporting us if we carry on like this. A lot of them will just be like, nah, you know what I mean, innit? America or in Africa, they'll be like, I'm jumping on that Man City. Do you see Man City has the most social media following? I'm like, these Saudis and these Dubai group, you think they would have been like, hey, make sure we don't bail it out. They're just trying to fool the system, and it's too obvious now.
It is.
But yeah, man, we're gonna lose a lot of crap now. I mean, our people are unfollowing Chelsea in mass numbers. If this carries on next season, it will be a long road.
Don't worry, bro. You're gonna lose a lot of fans to City. You'll only be left with the proper Chelsea. Have a good one, my guy.
Take care.
I'll catch you at 7. Arsenal Informers in the building. Arsenal Informer, how you doing? Big up to you. Let me just read some of the comments, see what people are saying. People are saying Man United are better than Arsenal. I can hear you, yes.
Perfect,
Man United is not better than Arsenal. Come on, stop it. Arsenal is better than them this season. Sam Allardyce suits Chelsea. He would have suited Chelsea, but they would have never given him a chance. Todd Boehly is a problem. 100% he is. Big up OG. Big up Egal. The funny thing is Chelsea are linked to Ilkay Gundogan. This club is a joke. Ilkay Gundogan, what is he going to do at Chelsea besides steal a living? He's not going to do nothing. Yo, Arsenal Informer. First things first. Welcome to the channel.
Thanks,
You're an
man.
Arsenal
Good
fan.
to be here. Yep.
How long have you been an Arsenal fan, my friend?
I've been an Arsenal fan my whole life, probably since I was about 4 or 5. I've actually got a photo of myself and my dad standing outside the Armory. So I've been an Arsenal fan my whole life. So yeah.
Wow. Now you're well informed. You're well informed, or you keep yourself well informed on the Arsenal. And I've shown your page many times to everyone. Do you want to tell the listeners a little bit about yourself?
Yeah,
a little bit about the page.
Yep, I can do. Yep. So my name's Arsenal Informer. So what we pretty much do is that we cover Arsenal news pretty much on an hourly basis. I try and update it like hourly. We have a website which launched recently, launched this month. So we are looking to try and keep that as up to date as possible. We are also looking for, funnily enough, guest bloggers, guest writers. So Egal, if you're interested, hit me up, 100%. Mate. If you ever want to write anything for us, that'd be great.
I don't know if you've seen my tweets. My writing's not that good, but I'm definitely trying to help out.
No, the more the merrier, mate. The more the merrier. Yeah. So pretty much, we've got lots of good things planned for Arsenal Informer, which are coming out soon. We're just going to try and keep growing and keep you guys informed.
There you go. And just before we go any further, maybe we can look at some of the articles that you have tweeted out lately. So the most recent article is about this gentleman here. Let me know a little bit about him.
So pretty much Arsenal have been interested in him since sort of January. That was sort of the first sort of reports regarding Gabri. So I think what we were sort of interested in him is that he's just very good on the ball. Which is what Arteta likes. With all the people that he's been linked with, Arteta loves playmakers. He loves people that are good with their feet, quick. And that's the sort of style that he's going for, which I've seen a lot of. So I think it could be a good deal. And also, as I've mentioned on my tweets and on my page, he's openly come out and said he's a fan of Arsenal and of Arteta, which I think is a massive bonus.
My guy?
I am indeed, yeah.
Arsenal Informer on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen.
Funnily enough,
Instagram, I'll follow it.
Yeah, Arsenal Informer. I've got a bit of a bigger following on Instagram. I've got I'm nearly at 9K. So if you guys can follow me up and get me to 9K, that'd be sweet.
Amazing. I didn't know you're that big on Instagram. I thought you were just recent on social. No. Did you start on Instagram recently or on Twitter?
Yeah, started on Instagram. Moved over to Twitter. It's about January 2023. started on Twitter.
Nice.
So,
You're killing it, and you're more detail oriented than a lot of the tweets that I see, because you've given us a lot of detail here on the player, as you guys can see there. But let me know, would you take him? Because I have some concerns. First thing, is he not very similar to Emil Smith-Rowe? Number one. Number two, don't we want more industrial like midfielders like a Declan Rice to play in the Xhaka role rather than more of another Fabio Vieira type player where we're going to have to get them acclimatized to the Premier League? And then number three is just the fact that we don't know too much about the player's profile. Is he more of a Mason Mount or is he more of an Emil Smith-Rowe? Because I'm not too familiar with him. I've just started to learn a little bit about him today. And those are my three little concerns that I would have. Yeah,
100%. I see your concerns because we had that recently with Fabio Vieira. Actually, I'd probably say a similar profile to Fabio Vieira, because you are right. That was sort of the issue with Fabio at the moment, is that he's not as strong. Like, the Premier League is an extremely hard league to play in. It's extremely physical. And when you come from sort of the Portugal league, they are not as physical and strong. So a player like Declan Rice, who's done it, been there, strong, physical, I think it's perfect for Arsenal. But you are right. That is a major concern, because obviously you look at his structure, you look at his build, and obviously I've seen some of his clips on YouTube. He isn't the most, like strongest, big, beefed up player that you can sort of imagine in the midfield. So that can be a concern. And you are right. We do have similar players like Emil Smith-Rowe and obviously Vieira. But that being said, I 1,000% trust Arteta now. Like, with all the signings, Trossard, Jorginho. I know they weren't
our trust him on this one, Ferran Torres.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been linked with this guy like too many times. I think he's a good backup for the wings. As I said, I cover all the news, depending like if it's
if you believe it or not.
Yeah, so even if I don't like the news, like I have a lot of people comment in my comment section going, "Oh, I wouldn't want him. I don't like him," etc. Even if I don't like it and I don't want them here, I will still cover it, because it's still information that you guys need. So
that's what I do too, because there's a lot of videos that I've done that I'm like fuming because I have to talk about a topic that I don't like. But yeah, it's like Mason Mount. I don't like when people keep linking us to Mason Mount, but I'm starting to get myself around to it. Jorginho, I was adamant that I wanted nothing to do with Jorginho.
Yeah,
I was
me too.
pissed off that we got him. But Eric Garcia and Ferran Torres, if they join in the summer, it's going to be extremely underwhelming. But if they perform well, who will care? Nobody.
Exactly that, mate. Yeah.
There you go. Big up, my guy. Honestly, really do appreciate you coming on.
Cheers, mate.
I'm gonna add the next person, but honestly, anytime I'm live, I'll let you know if you want to jump on.
Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah. Cool.
I usually do these after the game. Wait, quickly, 1 second. Who's your biggest winner in the game versus Chelsea, and who's your biggest like underwhelming player or disappointment? You'd say. Winner
so like my favorite player for like my highest rating player that I thought was the best.
So it's like
game?
Winner and loser segment is like anything that you consider a winner, anything you consider a loser coming out of the game.
So I say Kiwior. I was so impressed with him. I was singing to the hills. I was really, really impressed. I thought we had a bit more of a calmness compared to Rob Holding. I know it sounds very weird, but I thought he picked up balls really well. And what I liked as well, he was so big. He's a big player. So when they were whipping in crosses, he was able to clear them really well, which I really liked. And the weakness, I think, was the last 20 to 30 minutes. I was a bit concerned. The first 45 were always solid. And I always think the last 30 minutes is where we concede goals and where sometimes we can be a little bit troublesome. Seen recently with Liverpool and West Ham. But there we go. Yeah.
Fair enough. Big up to you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Arsenal Informer. Hopefully I have you on in the future.
Yeah, sweet.
Big up. Mohammed's going to be coming on next, then Fatur. Big up to everyone. Arsenal aren't linked with Mohamed Kudus as well. Aren't we linked with Mohamed Kudus? Yes, I think we were linked to Mohamed Kudus, but I haven't seen any recent links to Mohamed Kudus. I can double check that right now. But last time I checked, Kudus's links were during the World Cup, and I don't remember Arsenal being linked to him again. If I'm not mistaken. 1 second, let me just check. Mohamed Kudus. I don't see any links of us to Kudus at this moment in time. I'll keep an eye out for any links to Kudus, but wow, no, I don't see any. I don't see anything, guys. I don't see anything. Ferran Torres, though. Anyone taking Ferran Torres? I think a lot of you guys would say no. But at this moment in time, we just need as many quality players as possible, even if they're on the bench. Kudos to Arsenal. I don't see anything about kudos to Arsenal. So I don't know where you got that from. But yeah, we were linked to him in the summer. I don't see anything about kudos. Maybe April 27th, they spoke about it a couple days ago. But yeah, 10 hours ago, Arsenal are tipped. You know what? Sometimes I don't know where you guys get these sources from. Like this is the most recent thing I see on Twitter. I don't know. Mohamed Tudo's tipped to join Arsenal. I don't know. I don't know about this one. I don't know about that one. I don't believe it. But we'll have to wait and see. Yo, Arsenal Informer, have you seen anything about this?
No. No, that's the first time I've seen that.
Yeah, this is because I know I seen it a couple days ago where people were talking about it. But
the issue is that you're completely right. What you were just saying. I do not like this guy. Get him off the screen. No, Arsenal reports.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm only joking.
Word for word.
I'm only joking, bro. Yeah, no. I had a bit of a run-in with him, pretty much. Don't want to get off topic, but I'll quickly go into it. He came to me maybe when I first started a few months ago. I helped him out. I sent him all my Canva templates. I sent him how to make a logo. I sent him my logo template. I sent him where I get all my sources from. I sent him my literally everything. I said, bro, I'll help you out, sweet, because I enjoy helping people out. Like it's good.
And then he copied you word for word.
I love the community, and I want to help the community. So then I shot him a message like, yeah, sweet. And then he started copying my stuff. I was like, fair enough, it is what it is. And I was like, bro, just be original. Like, it's cool. He blocked me, and then from then on, after he blocked me, he keeps copying my stuff, but it's cool. But anyway, there we go.
You know what? I didn't even do that on purpose. I swear to God.
No, bro, it's all good. It's all good.
You know what it is?
No,
anyways, big up, Matt. Thank you for coming on.
No.
Big up, Mohammed. Mohammed, how you doing?
Hi, Igal, my friend. How are you? Big up. Good evening.
I'm doing good, Mohammed. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up everyone on TikTok also. I see you guys. Nice man, bro. Hope you guys are doing well. Lazy journalist, random. What is lazy journalist linking Arsenal to random players again? Yeah, 100%. Definitely. Mason Mount, Caicedo, both below average. What? Caicedo below average? What's wrong with Mason Mount? I don't know. We'll talk about Mason Mount in a second. But Mohammed, Arsenal Chelsea, who was your biggest winner coming out of that game?
Yes, if I can name players, I think Granit Xhaka has a fantastic game, 3 assists. Of course, Odegaard was shining, especially first half, 2 fantastic goals. Kiwior, I think first match he started for us, he played good. I think it's a good beginning for him. We'll give him a good experience, good confidence also. We knew that we played against an underwhelming, ordinary Chelsea side, but I think it's a good beginning for Kiwior. So I think overall, Egal, fantastic for first 45 minutes. We controlled the game. We were better in all departments. We battered them. We scored 3 goals. Maybe the regret of the match, Egal, that we didn't score the 4th and the 5th goal, especially in the first half and first 10-15 minutes in the second half. Many chances for us was there to take in and to score the 4th and the 5th goal, and to win with a high score, and then to drop off a little bit. And as usual, recently, last 30 minutes of the match was not good. We dropped off a little bit, and we conceded this goal. And the goal which we conceded, Madueke scored again due to Zinchenko weakness defensively and not marking his man. And this happened many times in recently. Go to Liverpool match 1-1 with Arnold, where he put the ball between his legs and he crossed. Go to Southampton goal from the corner. They win the first header and he left his man. He didn't mark him at the far post, and it was Southampton third goal. So Zinchenko must improve defensively. When you see the Chelsea goal, okay, we won the game 3-1, but it's annoying. It's your man Madueke. Why you suddenly left your man and he ran 1-on-1 with Ramsdale? This cost us, not against Chelsea, but in big matches against top teams. It will cost us. Against Newcastle next match, one of the toughest matches in the league for us. Zinchenko must defend better against a very strong Newcastle informed team.
Yeah, Zinchenko has to defend better, man. Zinchenko's defending lapses have cost us a couple goals lately, and that goal was he's seen the player, he's seen the whole situation. You could see from a mile away the player was going to try to turn from behind your corner, but you should have done better there. Jorginho, Jakub Kiwior, great performances, great call for Mikel Arteta to play them. And yeah, yes. I agree with you fully. We should have scored more goals. Now, just before we wrap up this segment, Mo, I got some questions for you, and there's a question coming from the people in the chat. First things first, Anthony or Mudryk? What are you saying?
Both of them
had a better season.
Anthony, of course, Anthony, of course. Anthony was not great at Man United, but he performed, you can say, good. Not very good, not excellent, good. But Mudryk, Mudryk didn't play. He's on the bench with Chelsea, played 15 minutes, 20 minutes. He didn't had any impact. And credit to Arteta, maybe a little bit late, he refreshed the side. Our team needed a refreshment. So by adding Trossard, Jorginho, Kiwior in the starting lineup against Chelsea, the team was refreshed and it was needed. It was needed, and it was a successful call. All of them were very good. And now we must not look at City by big chance the league is in their hand. Now we must try to end our season on a high, on a strong results and performances. Now 4 matches remaining. The next 2 egal, very difficult matches away against Newcastle. It will be a physical battle, and then at home against Brighton, one of the best teams in the league.
Are you worried against Newcastle? Are you scared?
Yes. I am worried against Newcastle, even if we were complete, even with Saliba, even with all our squad, because Newcastle this season is tough to beat, especially at home. They are very physical, informed side. They are third now. They have a very good defensive unit. It's difficult to score against Newcastle. Of course, in midfield, they have very good players like Bruno Guimaraes, and up front, again, a very, very dangerous players. Wilson, Isaac, Almiron, and other players. Maximan is injured. I don't know if he will play against us or not. So every department, every line, they are strong. So it will be a very difficult match against Newcastle, a physical one also. So we must be physically and defensively good, Igal, to have a good result against Newcastle at their stadium. We must be physically and prepared and defensively prepared. So I tell you from now, every set piece, Igal, every corner for Newcastle, it's like a penalty. Look at their players, look at their tools, look at the 2 center half for them, Botman, Shar, and other players, Wilson, Isaac. They have a very strong, tall team. So, and recently you conceded, unfortunately, many goals from set pieces. So it's also an important point to mention before Newcastle.
You know what, Mohammed? I really do appreciate your comment. And hopefully Gabriel Magalhaes is fit for that game. Hopefully we don't have to worry about making another makeshift center half pairing because God forbid we go to Newcastle with Jakub Kiwior and Rob Holding in the center back pairing. I'll be extremely scared.
Yes, of course. Gabriel, I agree with you. Gabriel Magalhaes, we hope that he will be fit because he is very important. He's the best defender, one of the best defenders in the league. So with his strength, with his experience, with his physical presence, we need him. We need him badly against Newcastle, especially against Callum Wilson, against Isaac. And Callum Wilson, I think he's underrated player. Really.
You must not allow Newcastle to bully us, says John. Another one hearing saying the problem with Newcastle is they're damn physical and the players are soft. Time prove haters wrong and we can be physical. Egal, tonight NBA Lakers Warriors game 2. I'm not gonna lie to you, Warriors are gonna bounce back and they're gonna probably win. Then we got Gunnar Velt in the building. Big up Gunnar Velt, spot on. Big up. We got someone else here saying Gabriel Magalhaes out Sunday. We don't know if he's out. We really don't know yet if he's out or if he's not.
Still early, I think. Still early.
Scared of the Newcastle game. 100% agree. Arsenal informer. I'm worried too myself. Big up Gunnar Velt in the building. Everyone. I love the community we're building here, man. Guys, come on. Big up to everyone. Smash that like button. Welcome everybody when they join. Mohammed, thank you for coming. Everyone's saying you know ball. Mohammed knows ball. That's your new nickname. Mohammed knows ball. But yo, Mohammed, big up. Have a good one, eh?
Thank you. See you soon. See you after the match.
Inshallah, bro. I'll see you after the match. Big up, Mohammed. We're gonna bring on Fatur, and before we speak to Fatur, we're gonna talk about Aubameyang. Fatur.
Yeah.
What happened to Aubameyang, bro? What did you guys do to Aubameyang, my former captain, the guy who gave us some good years at Arsenal as a forward? It's sad to see what's happening. And I seen this tweet the other day from Arsenal fans saying, honestly, I feel bad for him. Always positive, lost his mother, caught malaria, toxic end to his career at Arsenal, went to Barcelona, got his house robbed, now gone to Chelsea, not getting game time. It was mad fun at Stamford Bridge when he was our player. Now booed by our own fans that he loved. And then he went on to reply by saying, sometimes people forget what real life and forget about how you can't control what's going to happen. And I just feel bad for Aubameyang at Chelsea right now. Doesn't get game times, doesn't get opportunities, and he just seems like a shell of his former self. And I really do believe that he could have done well under Thomas Tuchel if he was playing as your striker, but never really got a chance with Thomas Tuchel, and Potter never really liked him. And Frank Lampard is giving him opportunity, but not enough to even do anything. Sad.
Forget about that. Like, he's not even playing a lot under Lampard, let alone Potter. And this is the guy that we crying out loud to start the game with. Oh, but apparently Mr. Graham Potter wants to stick with Kai Havertz just because of the passion and desire. Oh, whoops! Look what happened. Look what we got into. We should have started striker from months ago now, and he's literally kept out in the Champions League squad by Graham Potter. It's absolute disgrace. Like, how can you go to a Champions League knockout phase without a striker?
Bro, you didn't have a chance versus Real Madrid.
I never said that we're gonna have a chance to go to Real Madrid anyway, but at least we need to have a striker in our team.
But you guys haven't been playing for a striker for well over a couple of years now. You made fun of the only player who you could consider a striker that was in your team. That was, and you know who that was, right? Lukaku.
You do realize Lukaku's after that interview, a lot of fan base like the fallout from that interview itself.
Yeah,
I understand that, but at the same,
the birds keep chirping.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't really big fancy Lukaku's coming back, Igal, because I feel like I think that the toxicity will go again. Even though he's improved a lot under Conte and Inter.
Bro, one second. Are you in a zoo? Where are you?
No, I'm in my place, man. I'm in the woods right now.
Why are you? Can you show us? Can you put the camera on?
Bro, this is my place, man. I live in you. I got you place.
Why are there so many birds?
Look at the surroundings, man. What are you on about?
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh man. You know what? It is what it is. My bad. Listen, let's get back to what we're saying. Aubameyang, I feel sorry for him. Everyone in the chat, let me know if you feel sorry for him. As a Chelsea fan, do you feel sorry for him?
Do you know what? Yeah, when you don't have enough game time under your belt, that's exactly what you can expect to happen. Because how many games he played full 90 this season? Not a lot since I can remember 2 games at least. AC Milan at home and also in the away group stage as well. That's the only time I can ever remember. And Potter literally kept him out just because, you know what, I fancy us to go up against Dortmund and Real Madrid with only Kai Havertz up front. Wow, great job for that. You got yourself sacked even before Real Madrid game anyway.
Do you have any sympathy for Potter now that he's gone?
No, not really. Like I don't think I can fully blame this like on Potter, because I feel like what Todd Boehly's doing right now it's an absolute mess, and I think he put Potter on the bus, in my opinion, for this for the appointment that he's had back in August. And I can't even blame the fans turning out Potter at that point, because it's just going from bad to worse at that point. And what can you do? And if you in the ownership point of view right now, like what were they doing hiring Lampard in the first place? Oh shit, he was at the Liverpool game. You know what? Let me talk to him, because he apparently, the news came out like a couple of weeks ago that Todd Boehly and Gabri Veiga only spoken to Frank Lampard. They both didn't even speak to Nagelsmann or Enrique.
Damn. You know what, Fatur? I think Chelsea at this moment in time, you guys are going to just have to live off of the fact that you won the Champions League a couple of years ago and rebuild and just have patience.
Bro, we only had 2 bad seasons. Two
and you're going to have another bad season now.
You sure?
Yeah, next season's not going to be better.
I think
it's going to be better than this, but it's not going to be top 4.
I think it's top 6 in my opinion next season.
Top 6 is good, but it's not going to be top 4. It's not going to be Champions League football next season. It's going to be in and around where Liverpool are this season, like that.
I can't lie. Next season, I think there's going to be a lot of teams to spend, and the fact that you got a couple of teams that are going to play European football for the first time. Yeah. I want to see how they can cope with it first, and then my judgment is probably next season is probably top 6, but let's see by the time next season when we play on a weekly basis, because I do feel somehow I had a hunch that we can sneak in there, but my heart's saying that we'll probably finish top 6.
Big up. Todd Boehly don't have a clue what he's doing. I said this a long time ago and I got criticized. Egal, stop waffling. This guy spent 600 million. Top 4 is minimum. He's not going to get top 4, Rashi. Let's be real, Rashi.
Who spent a lot of money, 9 players in one window?
They're crazy. They're actually nuts. Egal, at least we're doing better than Chelsea. For maybe top 4 imminent. I don't know. Manchester United need to fall out to be top 4. But yo, Fatur, big up my guy. I appreciate you jumping on.
Hey, yo, by the way, people, yeah, don't forget, I'm going to do a podcast, and then we're going to, basically the podcast is on Chelsea Fan TV. Check that one out. Nearly 200.
Oh, no way. When are you going to start that?
Oh, it's actually going to be recording, so it'll be premiere sometime tomorrow.
Big up, bro. Big up. If you ever need an Arsenal fan, let me know. I'm around.
Yes, don't worry, man. I'll talk to my bosses first, innit?
There you go. And yo, I'm doing vibes from the 6 tonight. If I don't have a Chelsea fan, you're around. I'll link you.
Yeah, give me a shot, man. Give me a shot.
All right, big up, my guy. Big up. You have a good one. Alex is coming on now. Big up. Alex is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Alex just likes to fight me always. Alex, how you doing, man?
My headphones, real good.
Alex is a good one. Big up for Tour, everyone. Big up for Tour. People in the chat saying Newcastle are gonna beat us. I'm actually worried about Newcastle, to be fair. Why do I get violated on spaces? The reason why people like to violate me on spaces or try to argue with me is because I say a lot of things that they don't agree with. But the reality is they never speak to me. They always hear it from videos or other things. So I feel like people misunderstand me. I'm not this delusional Arsenal character like Ty or something like that. Even though I like Ty, I'm not like that. I'm very much more balanced than people make me out to seem. And I feel like I'm not this guy who's always like everything biased towards Arsenal. I'm very balanced. I might say a lot of things that are biased towards my club, but that's because everyone does that. But the reality is I'm much more balanced in my opinions. And I'm much more like, I tell you the negative and the positive. I don't just speak the positive always. So you know what I mean? But yeah, that's just me. I feel like a lot of people just hate on me because I'm on the terrace and I say a lot of crazy things on there. But yeah, it's not, everything I say has a reasoning behind it. But yeah, what are you saying, Alex? How you doing?
Big up. How
What
are you?
do you want to talk about today, my friend?
Well, it's not surprised that you think that White tried to deflect hate from Arsenal fans on the Twitter, on the spaces towards Chelsea because with 12. And you're like, how dare they not getting as much heat as we are?
It's true, though.
I mean, it's true, but like you said, you're saying that you have crazy theories behind it. So
can I show people what the tweet is? So they know the story.
Well, what is the story? You second, we 12.
No.
That's
but people don't know what tweet you're talking about. So for anyone who's watching, this is my Twitter account. My name's EGTV Egal, right? And I said, it's crazy that Arsenal are getting banter for being second in the Premier League and Chelsea do in 12th after 33 games. And then I put the crazy emoji and I said football Twitter. And then I showed the Premier League table. Now, from the back of this, there is a total of 22 different
promoting, man. Let's just talk.
22 different comments and people just making jokes. People saying Chelsea have Champions Leagues and European trophies and we don't. All these different things that people are doing, right?
Look, if, for example, if we were in the top 6, top 7 conversation within the amount of games that you have left, like for example, if we are in the top 7 and like 10 games left, I'm pretty sure Chelsea would have been more under the heat. But the fact that we are so bad throughout the season, there's not enough banter left in there. You know what I'm saying? And the thing with Arsenal, this is why I asked you a long time ago, what fan base is more disappointed within the season? I think it should be Arsenal, to be fair. Not because it's because how close you are to getting it. You see what I'm saying? It's like Thierry Henry walked right beside the Champions League trophy, like in the final. You know, this is how close you were to the Premier League. And technically, you're still in it. I don't dismiss it. Because I think it's still going to be draws on both sides within the game because there's plenty of games to be played. But I think you're paying attention too much to it. The reason why Arsenal getting more heat is because specific fans, the loudest ones, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reason why Arsenal is more getting heat. To be fair, like everybody else wants City to win for one particular reason. Just because it's not Arsenal. And with all the 13 fans, they can celebrate as much as they want. Nobody cares. The only City fan I know is Hamza. You see what I'm saying? So
what about Dubs? And Dubs, yeah.
I don't know who that is. So
you don't speak to Dubs. Cool.
Yeah. So all the troll I know from City fan, and I can be 100%. I'm 100% sure that Hamza used to be Arsenal fan. That's a fact. For me, it's a fact because there's plenty of it. So that's the only thing.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna ask a simple question. Everybody in the chat, whose fan base should be more upset about their season? If Arsenal finished second or Chelsea finished 12th?
No, it's not how you're asking the question. Who should be upset? Arsenal touched the Premier League and did not hold on to it, or Chelsea? You see what I'm saying?
We never were actually like.
Come on, Miguel.
We were never the team that people expected to win. You're
But
the
you are
team.
never there's nobody that been in the first place
I
for
agree that we
92%
bottled
of
the
the
league.
season.
I agree that we bottled the league. I agree that we had it in our hands and we let it slip. But my question is, do you think that Arsenal fans are going to be more upset about where we finish at the end of the season than you guys will be? Because looking back at the end of this season, we'll be upset that we didn't win the league. But looking back at the season, you guys are going to be like, I don't even want to talk about it. You're going to be so angry that you don't even want to talk about it. More for,
You see,
for
I
me,
think the more
more
anger is
for
going
me,
to be.
I think it's disappointment. For you, I think it's actual anger and frustration.
Like I said, when you cut somebody one time, it's painful. When you cut somebody for a year, the pain goes away. If you ever been in a fight, it's always, my coach has always told, boxing coach always told,
You've been
first two punches,
desensitized.
the first two punches hurts. The rest of them don't matter. And that's how it was for Chelsea throughout the season. To be fair, it's not enough energy because Arsenal has been so ineffective for the past 20 years. That's all it is. So I don't think it's that.
We're never this bad.
I will tell you that. I will tell you that.
No, but
I
this
would
is
be more disappointed as a
Alex.
proud Arsenal fan.
Alex, this is historically bad. You are the worst top four team in Premier League history.
That's
like,
okay.
You are the worst original top four team season-wise. This is the worst Chelsea side in Chelsea's history since you got relegated them days. This is the worst Chelsea in the modern era. This team is much better than that. This team has a core of players who recently won a Champions League. You should be more aggrieved at Todd Boehly and the mess that he put you guys in. You guys should be more upset about the state of your club. At the end of the day, I know Arsenal don't win the league. Next season, we're still going to be good. Chelsea, you don't know what's going to happen next season. You could be good, you could be bad, you could be whatever.
That's the funny part. Funny part, we have a history of being bad in one season and being good next season. You have a history of being second in the league a couple of times and then did not improve on that second position.
But your history doesn't dictate what your future is.
It doesn't dictate, but it teaches you. If you ignore the history, you're doomed to make the same mistakes.
I know, but this is a situation where I don't think history.
Do you see what I'm saying?
This is a situation where I don't think history is as relevant, because even though you guys did drop to 10th under that season when Jose got sacked, the circumstances of that season was much more complicated than this season. This season, you've made so many more changes to your squad. You've made so many more things, and it wasn't a team that just came off a title win. This team that just came off a Champions League a couple of years ago, you've made so many overhauls in the team that it's unrecognizable to the team that won. You don't recognize the team. The team doesn't even look remotely close to your team that won the title. If you want, I can bring up your Chelsea's Champions League winning side, and we can talk about the comparison, because I don't think the comparison is even remotely close.
Look, I'm not saying that you're going to make the same mistake you made in 2009, 2010 season when you finished second and then you disappear from the top.
But do you think Chelsea's going to go on to win the league?
I'm not going to say we're going to win the league either. You see what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying completely. I'm saying, like, if we're going to be sustaining the same problem that this season going on into the next season, then you have a valid point. For example, you're saying we have like a lot of fans saying we have inflated squad and all that, but Chelsea fans have a goldfish memory. If I remember correctly, we lose Kanté for a significant time of the thing. We had injuries in the midfield so bad that we had to play Robin Loftus-Cheek and Blanc Mount in the midfield. In the midfield, that's why we got Enzo, because we needed midfield. The reason why Potter got sacked is because he was technically our directors wanted Potter sacked in January, but Todd Boehly said give him time until the injury squad get improved. He did it. He gave him a couple of more 2 more months, and then he saw no improvements. He fired him. That's all it is. There's nothing more to it. If you
Okay.
want to look for the you know what I'm saying, for the tiny bitty things, yeah.
Let me ask you a simple question.
hmm
Do you believe Chelsea Football Club next season will be in and around the top 4, or do you think you
Yes.
guys will be, or do you guys think you'll just be getting top 6?
I think we're gonna be there. We're gonna be there within the top 6. We're gonna be there for until the end. Within, I think we're gonna be within the fighting of the Championship League place, which is 5 places.
Okay. I think you guys just are outside of that next season, but it's still very much unknown because we don't know what's going to happen in the summer. We don't know if Pochettino is 100% done or yet. We're still waiting for confirmation to see him holding the Chelsea kit. But yeah, what do you think about Pochettino? You happy with Pochettino?
I actually am. And not because, look, managers are not the same as the players. You know, like people saying oh, Pochettino used to be Tottenham, so he bottled it. If people don't have things do you remember Pochettino hadn't had signings in 2 years when he was at Tottenham? Not a single player.
That's true.
Not a single player. By the way, I'm not looking at PSG because this is the worst running club in the world. This is just bad club. I actually more looking for the poach for one reason before he went to Tottenham. It was when he was in Southampton. If you think about it, they had not a good squad either, but he fooled Liverpool team saying that they have a lot of good players. Liverpool went and raided all of them, but they weren't good when we went to under Klopp. He did the same thing with Tottenham, if you think about it, because he had a lot of average players that did it. I don't. What's his name? I don't see Chelsea is the. I don't measure players based on evaluation or how much they get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't evaluate players based on that. I evaluate based on how much their football ability is. If they accomplished football player or not.
Let me say one more thing. I seen an outrageous statement from my guy Lewis. He said, Arsenal and Chelsea both finished the season trophyless, so they're the same. Do you agree with that statement?
Repeat it again, please.
Arsenal and Chelsea both finished the season trophyless, hence their seasons are the same. Even though you guys are in 12th and we're in 2nd. I think
technically, in the trophy-wise, in the history, yeah.
But
nobody's going to remember you if you finish 2nd. Nobody's going to be remember us if we finish.
I think it's crazy to say you guys are having the same season as us when you're having one of your worst seasons, and we're having a season where we're competing for the Premier League.
Egal, you're missing the point. For the people that within next 5 years, yes, especially Arsenal and Chelsea on the trolling side, yes, it's gonna be a difference because this is what you're gonna get against us. Within 20 to 25 years, nobody, and I promise you, nobody will remember this. It will remember if you're gonna go in the next. Same way.
We still remember the Leicester season.
No. Same way. I remember a season 2009 when you finished 2nd and you didn't do nothing. You see what I'm saying? When it needs to, I will remember that against Arsenal. You see what I'm saying? But in the future,
I think to view it as if the two seasons are similar because we both end trophyless, it is a fact. I can't deny that. What I can say is to draw comparisons in the two teams when we're having dramatically different trajectories. That's where I'm at because Chelsea next season.
That's a valid point.
Chelsea next season, you actually don't know where their direction is. Arsenal, you can clearly see the direction we're headed in. Similar to Liverpool and Tottenham, you kind of don't know where they're headed next season. They could get a lot better or they could drop off. Where for Manchester United, you can clearly see where they're headed. You know what I mean?
I actually have more questions about United than anybody.
Newcastle, you can see where they're headed. You know what I mean? These kind of clubs, you can see the direction they're trying to head into. But I feel like with drawing comparisons with Chelsea and Arsenal, we're completely in two different stages at this moment in time.
I think, I agree with you. I think 1 year of Todd Boehly, it's actually mental to be judging him on that.
I'm not judging him. I'm just
No.
judging him on
I'm
what
saying
he's
like a
done.
judging Chelsea future based on 1 year. That's mental. If you're gonna judge Chelsea, first of all, you the ones, Arsenal, specifically Arsenal fans, and Gunnar King. I respect Gunnar King a lot.
Okay.
But but amount of trolling that guy like Chelsea's getting like relegated is like it not. You see what I'm saying? Like as much as you're gonna throw the stones.
I just did a video saying Chelsea are not going to get relegated, but they could if Thomas Tuchel wasn't doing so well at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Tuchel won us actually. Tuchel did so much for the club that he kept us throughout relegation. That's and on the level of trolling, yes, you got a point. There's never been like that. You see what I'm saying? But on the level of in 20 years, nobody will remember that.
Wait, who got more points? Thomas Tuchel or who got more points? Thomas Tuchel or Graham Potter?
Graham Potter, I think he got it under because Thomas Tuchel had, I think, 6 games.
Thomas Tuchel only had 6 games and he got 10 points. And Graham Potter only got what?
Yeah, Tuchel was sacked on September the 8th. So how many games?
Graham Potter got you 24 points.
Yeah. That's mental. Yeah. Look, Egal, like for like especially with Arsenal, I never hated Arsenal as much as I hate Liverpool. Liverpool, I always hate. This is one of the hated club, and Barcelona. So for me, Arsenal was never like like people saying, because I'm not from London, I don't know what that is. You see what I'm saying? I make my based on the surroundings that I made. You see what I'm saying? So for me, it was Liverpool fans that I grew up with who were supporters. So I hate them the most. So.
Yeah. And for me, I hate Chelsea the most because growing up around Chelsea. But I'm just going to say, Alex, looking at your picture, I can tell you're not having a good season. But
no, it's going to be mad if you think that I have a good season.
But you know what? You're gonna always be here to fight against other people who are making fun of your club. And I respect that.
Nope, that is not a problem, Miguel. That is not a problem.
And you know what? It is what it is.
There's a guy over here called me Putin child. Do you think that will upset me?
You know what? Have a good one, my guy. You have a good one. Big up everyone in the big up everyone. I'm gonna just shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok. Shout out to everyone watching on YouTube. The way you guys join is it's on my YouTube channel. I'm currently live and I'm taking in callers from here. So that's how I was doing things. But big up everyone in the chat. Let's see. Anyone got any questions before we go? Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? As an older fan, Chelsea are a mid-table club who had a few years of success. Terence Tibbs delivering bars on these Chelsea fans, trying to get at them. That's funny. Ole Gunnar finished second. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did good to finish second with you guys. So did Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho once said finishing second with Manchester United was one of his greatest ever achievements. Hey, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But yo, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm gonna be back again after the Manchester United game to discuss everything about the weekend's fixtures. I love for all the support to the community. Shout out to Terence Tibbs. Shout out to Keyshawn in the building. In 20 years, few years of success. All the 20 years jokes is starting to get old now. John, big up John in the chat. Big up to Skills in the building. Big up to all the people in the chat. You guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm out of here, okay? I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.